I'm recording this a ninth time. Hello everyone, welcome once again. It has been quite some time since I've done one of these. Your boy's been busy with school and work. I'm a busy man. Additionally, these things take a while and the returns, man, these returns are not worth it, bro. But we're here. We are back here for yet another local lecture. If you follow this channel, there are probably two questions. One, what happened to Train Talk? Well, a few weeks ago, an intelligent young man such as myself was scrolling the internetscape on YouTube when I came across a video labeled Train Talk with a thumbnail that did not look like mine. Of course, in my infinite intelligence, I was thinking, did someone steal my video? Until I realized, this video was uploaded years ago. And then I went to the channel and then I realized that none other than Coaster Fan had already had a series labeled Train Talk, bro. If you don't know who Coaster Fan is, this man has 900,000 subscribers and over 1 billion views. So he got that one. Additionally, he's been doing like 37 of these. So I'm like, how did I not know this? I promise you, I did not know that this existed before I labeled my series. I know this looks mad suspect, but I promise you I did not. Either way, I'm not gonna be cheap and say something.
Oh, I didn't put a space in between mine, therefore we're different.
Like, nah, it looks like I'm copying you, so I had to change it. This looks so bad. I only got one suggestion that I felt was worthwhile, local lectures. The other ones were just trolls. So, here we are for local lectures. Yeah. Second question is, why isn't this in 4K? Well, for one, the intro is not in 4K, and almost all the footage that I'll be showing in this video is not in 4K. And I didn't want to put 4K in the bottom and then have like 90% of this video in HD. Don't worry. I don't have enough footage yet, but we gonna get there, slowly but surely. We're laying bricks day by day. Well, anyways, this isn't a lecture video, it's a story time. In my tenured career of watching and recording trains, I have quite the tales to tell about my time trackside. I've seen cool trains, very boring trains, and I've had a lot of goofy encounters in the midst of them all. And so, for your entertainment and for my horrible remembrance, I figured I'd go through and discuss some of the stories, some of the tales, some of the lore behind some of the catches and events surrounding this channel. And first off, we start with... So, back in May of 2022, I was out at the Southeastern Railway Museum with a museum buddy of mine, and we were waiting for this train at Norfolk Southern 203. This train had an EMD leader, which was already nice enough, and it had a KCS Grey Ghost 3rd out and a KCS ST70 Ace 4th out. I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta see. And it was running late and it was very long, so I'm like, there's no way I'm not seeing this train. So, I'm out, I see the train, I record it, fun times, good times, right? I'm looking through the footage, taking in the glory of this non-backlit KCS Grey Ghost I just filmed, and then I noticed something odd in the corner of my eye. Of course, it's so obvious. It's the man in the second engine rear out with his phone facing me as I'm filming the train. Look at this man. Look ahead. Rewinding that footage to even just 20 seconds earlier, we can see that this bro had scoped me out from hundreds of yards away, bro. Just ready. Phone activated to catch me lacking trackside. Talking some.
Oh, look at these toners from the paint.
To my own solace, I was not the only person who got caught. Two of my friends who were in Norcross saw the same train and also got seen by this man. But it was a very wild encounter. This isn't the first time I've seen someone deadheading. That's what this is. Basically, when a crew runs out of time on their schedule and they basically ride a train back. But to get caught? To be recorded while I'm recording? Outrageous. In this instance, the crew was looking out for me and I was not expecting it. But sometimes I'm out trackside and I'm looking out for the crew. Maybe I'll get a heads up like, hey, this is a cool crew to give a horn show. But on one evening, I went out for a very special crew. This, my friends, is my boy Andrew, a day one of the Greenville. He actually used to be a bro just like me who would film trains trackside. I run into him many times in Swanee and Duluth, and we were just two random bros who liked watching trains. And then he became a conductor with Norfolk Southern, so now he went from watching trains to running trains. He's elevated to legend status on this line within our little group, not only because he's a conductor, but also because of another incident whose lore will be revealed at a more appropriate time. It's truly insane how my boy upgraded, bro. Like, we used to just be two dudes who would film trains all the time, and now he's running trains. waking up at like 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 24/7, just running trains, sometimes 3 miles long. Shoot, I might have even run a train through your mom's backyard, who knows? I digress from the jokes. Andrew, I've seen him a few times on my homeland of the Greenville, but now he usually runs through Atlanta, so I don't really see him that much. Even though I am in Atlanta for college. Atlanta, oh my goodness, Atlanta is such a W spot. It's just a W area. It has nothing on the Greenville. Now, I love my home lines. My home lines have some good action, but the volume of traffic that goes through Atlanta through a given day is ridiculous. I'll be filming trains, turn around, another train pops up that I wasn't even aware of. They really just be spawning behind me, bro. You could tell that the traffic is different than what gets sent on my home line, because I be seeing different types of loads, different types of locomotives, different types of consists, and a high volume of homeless people. Yes, I've had my fair share of encounters with the less fortunate. There was one bridge that I film on where I was filming, and mid-catch I noticed that there was a homeless dude living right next to the bridge. There was one day some bro asked me for a lighter while I was waiting for a train on the bridge. Right before I caught this rolling meat of 2 trains, some dude came up to me. He was pushing a trash can. And he starts talking some,
"Hey, young blood. Remember what President Truman said, right? Whether you say you can or you can't, you're right. So, if you say you can't, what does that mean?
I can't.
And if you say you can, what does that mean?
I can.
Right on, brother. You have a good day."
W man. I do truly love watching trains in Atlanta just because of how many there are. Sure, I basically never hear a horn unless it's a train starting up or there's a homeless dude walking on the tracks, but it is a very fantastic spot for Railfanning. When I do come back home to the Greenville, I do enjoy seeing the boys. At least sometimes. Sometimes, bro, y'all be irritating me. Those of you who don't know me personally, you don't understand the way that people used to be trolling me while I be watching trains, bro. People screaming in front of me, people shoving me, people jumping in front of my camera, people playing stuff behind my ear. And it's like, bro, why am I opting in to see you guys for you to try to purposely ruin my video, bro? Like, in the beginning, it was maybe all giggle tee-hee. After a point, it started getting very annoying. And there was one incident that really pushed me over the edge, bro.
Bombers! Holy crap, it's a Devo! Oh my god! Oh, what is this? Holy look, DVI! Oh my god! A fruit container! Look! Here!
This was so obnoxiously disrespectful. I'm like, my guy, show some decency. Like, my goodness gracious. This was such a good video. Ruined by some goofy foamer antics. In all seriousness, I do enjoy seeing y'all for real. My friends, the ones I hang out with trackside, they've chilled out a lot. And of course, I've always had those ones that were always mature. I do tend to stay trackside by myself, but when I'm with the boys, I do enjoy being with the boys. And I say only the boys because, bro, some of y'all are weird, man. Oh my goodness. Like, the type of people whose only personality is trains and nothing but trains, like, they will be talking 24/7.
Where's the 8th leader? Where's the heritage?
I'm talking about people who will be tracking heritage units, monitoring paint states away from their present location. Talking to them, oh, it might get rerouted on the train that comes through. Like, bro, please get a life. Oh my lord. And don't even get me started on the furries, bro. Furries and vest foamers. Listen, wearing a vest is cute when you still a child, Pete. Bro, once you reach high school, and especially if you a grown adult, wearing a neon vest trackside filming with a phone, let me digress. And of course, maybe you're asking now,
Loco, what does that make you?
Are you a foamer? Are you a furry?
Bruh, don't even let me into this lower class, bro. I'm not taking this disrespect for real.
despite all the unusual fellas who like trains, I do enjoy being with the boys. My most recent adventure with them was chasing this unit, CSX 1776. This day emphasizes the need for having connections, bro. Because the way that I knew nothing about this area or where this train was, but I knew people who did, I picked up one of my boys from Tequila, and he knew like the whole line like the back of his hand. And similar, I had picked up another friend of mine, and we had been planning like this whole day, like we were going to pace this engine. So earlier that day, when I just picked up one of them, I had gone to Best Buy to finally purchase a 4K camcorder. And the bro that I bought it from, this man was tweaking, bro. He was talking some, oh yeah, the camera probably going to be charging like some 70%. I opened the box, that thing is dead. So, they were already thinking like, oh yeah, we're just thinking 4K. Or if we're catching it at 4K, we're not pacing it, that's for sure. I made a pit stop at Tequila to pick up the second homeboy. And we were chilling, and fortunately I had found an outlet. And lo and behold, there were 2 maintenance trucks that had hopped onto the rails while we were there. So what that meant was that the train that we were waiting on had to stop and wait for those 2 trucks who were moving at like 10 miles per hour. They had to clear a certain spot before the train could keep going. So we knew this, and I knew this was a chance for me to keep charging the camcorder. So I said, bet. So we saw the 2 high railers cleared. That's the term for the trucks. We saw those 2 high railers cleared. We hopped in the car, and then we kept going. We went all the way through Winder, and we were looking for this train, because we were expecting it at some point, but we were like, we're not getting any updates, and we're not hearing anything on the scanner. Out of nowhere, we're driving by a tree line, and all I see is yellow beaming through the leaves. I'm like, oh shoot, we just done messed up. So we turned around, right? Literally, the whole train passed us by the time we turned around, because we got caught in a red light. Lo and behold, the high railers came in clutch. This train had to stop for the high railers. And guess what? We parked somewhere, right? Waiting for the train to come through. More time for me to charge the camcorder. Just enough time for me to get enough battery to get like a smooth 3 or 4 minutes of pacing. Wow. Hey, it is beautiful the way life works. See, the boys were trolling me for having technology issues, talking some, oh, look at you, Nathan, you can't even charge your battery. Well, this one may not have been legit. Man, I be selling myself so much on this camera sometimes, bro. Random chain with 2 KCS leaders and the drawbar brakes. SD card is sitting at home. Train with heritage leader and an African export unit. The camcorder is at home. I come back for a weekend to Railfan the home lines, and I left the SD card in my dorm on campus. I need to explain this story. Oh Lord, I'm not gonna enjoy talking about this. So this day was originally a very W day. I actually met two of my close friends now for the first time that day. But besides that, a very solid array of trains, right? There was one train in particular, Manifest NS 154, that me and the 2 people I had met up with that day, we were hoping it had a specific engineer, because this engineer spams the horn like crazy for any rail fan that they saw, right? So we're walking around after the traffic had kind of died down, and then we checked Discord, and ironically, Andrew sends us this clip. And then 20 minutes later, we get another message. Yeah, it stalled on the hill. Bruh. Now we have to wait for this thing to somehow get pushed. It had to get relief power and get pushed over the hill, right? And the hill was like 2 miles away from us. While we were walking around during that time, the camcorder, I believe just by the motion of me walking, had opened. This thing was open for like maybe 3 minutes before I noticed it. And then I closed it talking some, oh shoot, dang, my battery was just running. I hope that doesn't come back to bite me. 2 hours after this train was supposed to have come through, right? It let another train come by south, and finally, we hear the horn. So I'm out filming, trying to catch like whatever distant horn action I can get, and bro, oh my goodness, I look in the top right corner of my camcorder screen. The battery, within the blink of an eye, drops from 19 minutes to 3 minutes. No! I can't even tell you the gut-wrenched feeling I experienced, bro. Now, smart me would have turned off the camcorder and filmed with my phone, Or smart me would have waited until I saw headlights to save the battery. But smart me wasn't present. I kept that camcorder on for the entire duration of the train coming towards us, right? And then it got right before us, and the horn spam that we were waiting so long to hear began.
Do you know why the video just stopped? My camcorder, yes, 2 hours I waited. 2 hours I waited for this horn show, bro. 2 hours I was out with my friends waiting for this train to move with this engineer and conductor to be friendly, and my camcorder died. What makes the situation so much worse is, one, neither the conductor nor the engineer who were on this train work for Norfolk Southern anymore, so I literally cannot get this moment back. Besides the pain of having my camera die at this moment, it's the fact that my friends will never let me forget that I let this happen, bro. The amount of trolling that I get about this incident, bro, I'll literally never live this down. Like, for instance, when I told him I was making this video, right, one of my friends has the audacity to tell me,
Oh, what is it going to be about? The use of having a portable charger?
and another friend, he had the balls to write on one of my videos,
It is the simple thing in life. Like, who cares if your camera dies right before an awesome horn show? Just enjoy the swap.
it's like, bro, what? Oh my goodness. Even when I'm by myself, bro, I still find a way to get exposed by the railroad, bro. The crews themselves be trolling me sometimes, man. There was one day I went out in November. I went out, I was back home for that weekend. I don't remember what for, but of course, since I was back on the Greenville, I decided I'd go with trackside. So I went to the library to quote unquote get some work done. But I was out trackside at this point for some northbound grain train. To preface this entire weekend, I was really shaky when I was filming just because I'd done some workouts earlier, and I just felt sore on my upper body, so it hurt to carry anything. But anyways, the troll for this train begins with these ditch lights. For those of you who don't know, on most train locomotives, right, there is an automatic horn sequencer that plays when a train is going through a crossing, so that the engineer isn't actually manually blowing the horn when they're going through a grade crossing, right? However, on Norfolk Southern units, you can tell when an engineer has manually started blowing the horn when the ditch lights turn on. Because for whatever reason, when the horn sequencer goes on, the ditch lights don't flash, but when the engineer has manually blown the horn, the ditch lights do flash. So this train, which was actually driven by a black woman, which was, you know, that's cool. Yeah, last time I saw a black woman driving a train, she closed the window on me, but we're not gonna discuss that. So anyways, here at Swanee, here I am waiting for this train, and it had gone through the first crossing that was down the street. When they got towards me, originally at the beginning of the first blast, the ditch lights were not flashing. Mid-horn blow, I see the ditch lights flashing, and I'm like, oh shoot, she's about to do something. So there are either two options. She could either A, give me a nice little horn salute, or B, wait until she's right in front of me and blow the horn to scare me. And what do you think she chose, bro? Yeah, and being sore did not help in keeping the camera stable when this happened. So, yeah, I definitely got exposed by that engineer, but, you know, it is what it is. We live, we move. She is not the only crew to have done this to me before. I mean, this isn't a very rare thing. The crews are people, too, and sometimes they like trolling people who are trackside. So I've definitely had my fair instances of running into crews who blew the horn right in front of me just to try to scare me or some junk. But, yeah, this was tragic, I'm not gonna lie. I've become a lot more resistant to it. That doesn't mean I'm going deaf, but I've definitely just become a lot more tolerant of having the train horn blown right in front of me and not really shaking, at least compared to my older years. Every now and then I get caught lacking. But anyways, this isn't even the worst thing that happened this day, right? So after getting some more work done, another train was coming by. This was Norfolk Southern 153. This is the main manifest that runs by my hometown going south towards Atlanta. And so I knew it was coming. I think it was around Buford at this time when I went around trackside. So I started walking down the street towards this little opening where there is a clear view of the town, and there's also a tree line that comes by. So I was thinking, you know what, I'll get a good shot of the trees. It's fall time. It'll be a nice, cool little view with the sun coming right onto the locomotives, right? So while I'm waiting for this train, I see 4 women walking down the street, right? Now, I immediately knew just by their demeanor that these were some goons, bro. Before they got to me, they went into some porta potty that was on the side of the road, and they was just doing some dumb stuff, bro. And the crazy thing is, like, these weren't all like really young women. Like, maybe the youngest of them was in like her early 20s, but there was a mom there. Like, the mom of one of those girls was there. So before I could see them coming down the street, and more importantly, I could see their antics as they were coming down the street. So what I'm praying for is that either they stay in that porta potty and the train comes by, or they pass me and then the train comes by. Unfortunately, they left the porta potty before the train came, and so I see them coming by, and I'm like, oh shoot. I started recording because I knew that the train was really, really close, and listen to what I captured. Did you hear that noise? That was the noise of one of them burping, bro. Let me emphasize to you again that these are grown women. These are not middle school Fortnite kids that I'm talking about, bro. But anyways, so I hear that. She apologizes, and I'm like, okay, you're good. It wasn't really good, but I just said it so that I didn't start anything. And then, oh, what do I hear? I hear the distant horn of the train as they're right behind me. And let me just play the footage so that you see what happens.
Oh my God. She said, oh my God, I can't believe I pissed my pants. I was like, my mom would do that. She's like, I can't go on the train right now, I'll pee my pants. She's like, I have there's a train coming! What are you doing? Dude. Oh my God, there's a train! Look at it! No, Mom, there's literally a train right there. I'm telling this little man here.
It was at this moment, I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Maybe I should just prove them right. Maybe I should just jump in front of this train, bro. Listen, I have had some very disrespectful things said to me in my time on YouTube, bro. I've had people tell me to kill myself, to jump in front of a train, to go F myself, and there is whole other lore behind that whole debacle. But little man, and the craziest thing is that she knew I was filming. I can't even begin to describe what logic these women were thinking of, or how ticked off I was. This really ticked me off, because this was actually like a really good video. Besides the shake, I told you the soreness was ugh. But anyways, besides that, like, this just really ticked me off, bro. Because what would you know? When the train ended, and I looked behind me, they were gone. Yeah. And then I thought to myself, you know what? Let me milk this real quick. I could easily make some yee type thumbnail and clickbait the mess out of this instance. And you may be thinking, Loco, isn't that cheap? Well, guess what, buddy? It works. Instances like these, where low effort production is giving me higher returns, it's made me adjust how I view what I produce on the channel. Because I can upload like a 24-minute video, right? Get no subs at all. I'll upload a 20-second clip and get 5 subs. Or even look at this. I filmed the derailed locomotive going through Atlanta, right? The full video that I posted didn't even get 200 views. The maybe 20-second clip that I posted of the derailed unit going through Atlanta has gotten 10,000 views and almost 100 subs on my channel, bro. So it's made me think that, I think I need to change something if the stuff that I'm working hard at is not working, but the stuff I'm barely working at is working. So we'll see how that goes for the channel. But anyways,
And speaking of videos, this one is over. I had a very depressing encounter with all these memories. Nah, I kid. It was actually entertaining recording and editing this. And the greatest thing is, I have more. But these are some of the most outrageous ones I've had over the past few years. I hope y'all enjoyed. And until next time, God bless. I'll see you soon out on the highway.